Thank you for being in time. And if you hear and see me clearly, please write in chat from 1 to 5. How do you see and hear me? I can enable chat, I guess. But okay, thank you. It's strange actually because we enabled it, but let's start. It's not so important. I guess we are able to communicate. So let's communicate in Q&A section. While we are joining, just one more minute for more attendees to join us, please write me in from which country and which city you are joining us today. London, UK, Romania, Bucharest, Ukraine. Hello. Hi from Ukraine to Ukraine. Okay, so I guess it's a time to start because punctual people always worth the best, and I'm trying to be punctual as well. So let's start. My name is Victoria Abed, and the next hour we will talk about trends in B2B sales in this year, 2023, and we'll discuss the challenges that we faces, the shifts in the landscape, and how we could overcome this in this situation, because we need to sell anyway. Okay, let's go. I'm sharing now my presentation and we are starting. Great to meet you, everyone. Let me introduce myself. My name is Victoria Abed. I'm an expert in marketing and sales strategies. Now I'm working as a Chief Revenue Officer in project ROI for Presenter or ROI4Presenter.com, and have 13 years of experience in marketing and 6 years of experience in sales, mostly in tech projects, global international projects from big global corporates like Adobe Systems to startups. Now we are working in a startup as well. Also, I was driving marketing and sales in Weblyum.com. I was driving marketing and sales in Bitrix24. So have an experience in projects of different type and size. And the last year mostly focus on how to align sales and marketing strategies to grow business and to get that the business could get the most benefits for it. Normally, I was driving different revenues from 0 to 3 million, and know how to focus on which painful point for the businesses on each stage. So I will speak about that today as well. And originally, I'm from Ukraine. That is why I said hi from Ukraine today. So, and currently I live in Spain. And for this period, just for half a year, I have learned how to cook gazpacho perfectly, as well as borscht. So I have managed these skills. I have got the skills also here. If we are speaking in Q&A section, I would like to know, please write which is your position and industry you are working. If you don't mind, I will just wait for a moment just to wait for your questions, and we will go ahead. So your position and industry. Well, business development manager in cybersecurity solutions. Great. Thank you, Anna. Okay, I guess that I hate the silence, frankly speaking. So I guess you will be more talkative and will share with us your position. And I will go ahead with the agenda for today. So for today, we will discuss we will talk about challenges of 2023. It's like normal when we are wrapping up the results of the past year at the end of the year, and at the beginning of the year we are going ahead to planning and just looking and thinking how to improve the sales, how to improve the strategies. So we will stop a little bit at a brief review of challenges and factors in macroeconomic that we will face and that we should consider. We will consider together with you the changes in customer behavior, how the changes happened, why, and what to do with that. And we will stop on main challenges for B2B sales that consider now actual. And then we will consider a little bit tools that help grow the sales effectiveness and to grow the business. We will share with you some our tips as well. And of course, during all the session, you may ask your questions, and maybe we will fix chat and we can talk in chat as well. But feel free to ask your questions, and at the end, I will be happy to answer to all of them. So let's start. 2023, normally at the end of the year or while annual planning, we are just facing and reading through new trends that are expecting us in global scales, and thinking about what we can do with that and how to change our strategy towards these changes. So 2023, according to economists, it will be not very successful, and it will be the year where the global economic growth will slow down to 2.3%. So it will not be a deep crisis, but not very big changes and growing in economical situation. And jumping to the last budget, the last point, it means that 75% of chief financial officers and business owners said that if the economy, if they see the negative trends in economy, they tend to cut the budgets and spendings in their business. And maybe, as you know, the main spendings that are being cut by chief financial officers are the spendings to new hiring staff just for new positions, and to new technologies. So for those one who is dealing with technologies and selling technological solution, will face some more challenges with that. And again, this is the trend that was named by HubSpot in 2022, crisis of disconnection, and it is continuing to be there. That maybe some of one have already heard about this. So how HubSpot named that crisis of disconnection everywhere. What does it mean? It means that the businesses are disconnected with customers. Customers are used to use omni-channel, and businesses still used to just traditional channels, and they do not know the new trends and new habits and new behavior of their clients, as well as disconnection of the systems. So the business now has a lot of systems that used to be disconnected, and we just launching pop-ups in one system, then run communication with the client in another system, and all these systems are disconnected, and that is why we cannot see the view scale, the view picture, what is going on with our communication and sales processes as well. And the third trend in disconnection communication is like that we have moved to remote work, we have moved to hybrid work, and that is why the people, even employees in the company, are stayed disconnected. So they need more interactions to be more effective. So this is the challenge that we need to overcome. Meanwhile, a lot of professionals feel free and happy while working in a hybrid mode or in remote work mode, and 70% of professionals will work remotely in this year. So the remote work will be a king, and I suppose that it will be a trend because it is convenient, it is cheaper for the businesses. Okay, we face some problems with the effectiveness, but I guess step by step we will fix everything. And super fast development of technologies. Maybe you know how much startups, technological startups or technologies appear every day. Every year we count around 1,035,000 to 350 startups appear around the world. So technology is developing very fast, and again, for those one who is offering technological solutions, it is a challenge because the old technologies are replaced for a new one, more modern, more adaptive, quick, fast, and so on. And again, more competitors or substitutes are appearing, so it will be a challenge for you to sell, and you have to think more and more about that. And what is going on with the client? So we have noticed that dramatic shifts in behavior in customer and prospect in leads behavior is going on as well. And let's consider the main of them that are really important for us to close the deal successfully. What do customers expect from brands now? So they maybe you have heard a lot that we were speaking during 2 or 3 years about the trend called glocal. So act global, think global, act local. Now they are customer expecting even hyper localized content. They expect that the brand should speak about him, about his district, building, whatever his situation around. So they are expecting, they don't want just everyone overall in Europe, I don't know, in Ukraine, in Romania, like they want to speak about the situation that he faces every day. They expect from brand that they have expertise not in their product, okay, tell me about your product, but in his problem solving. So he applies brand just expecting, I have that problem, I have this task, please help me to resolve that. These customers tend to communicate with the brand only on the later stage of the decision making. So they tend, I will speak about later on. So they tend at the initial stages to be independent and do whatever he wants. And as the current customer use a lot of devices, channels, messengers, and so on, so they're expecting communication through many channels. This is already a normal for him. So they're expecting from brands the same. Let's dig deeper in these topics. So changes in decision-making processes in B2B sales are remarkable with that before, even 5 years ago, on average, one or two person was involved in making decision whether to make this purchase or not for B2B company. Now, 33% of B2B purchases have 4 or more people involved in this process. It means that now it is more challenging for us to convince the people to buy something, because we need to convince a lot of stakeholders. And what kind of stakeholders they are? Let's see. This is the research of Forrester. It could be the user that could actually initiate the purchase, but it should be involved the budget owner, the procurement, just in case of difficult contracts, influencers, and senior management as well. So we could think about how to satisfy all of them, because each of them has their own goal. For example, if the user comes to his manager and says, okay, I need Zoom, for instance, now where we have a meeting. So then the change starts, and you need to convince more and more and more people, especially if you're in the role of salesperson. Think about it, get prepared about that. And but if you get at least 2 or 3 supporters in this chain, you will get a strong support, and they will continue pay ahead and ahead. This is very interesting trend that we are researching deeply. That in previous, just maybe 5 years ago, the potential lead, he was looking for a connection with sales representatives at the early stage of his sales funnel. So the awareness is normally the stage when the potential customer just aware about that he has problem, and there could be some solutions. And then at discovery stage, the potential customers started to look for the problem solving, and started to connect to sales representatives of one solution or several solutions, and then going down to review cases, reviews in general, trying the product, and then making decision about the purchase. Now the situation has shifted to the later stages, and now the client is willing to speak with the sales rep at the later stages, sometimes at the evaluation stages, or intent on even purchase. Now the intention and the goal why the potential customers would like to connect to us, to sales representatives, is like to make sure that they have already made a good, right decision. So they have already done a big research, and 80% according to Google of this way by himself. He did a make research, compared everything, reviews everything, but as the final stage, they need to see the person with who he will deal with and contact, and just to answer for the question and to close the deal. So the potential customers are becoming more introverted and do not want to speak with us at any cost, to just maybe to make sure that they have done a right decision. Another interesting trend that we are observing, this is, by the way, the COVID trend, the trend that was generated by COVID, that in 2017, the average number of touches between customer and client, between customer and sales representative was about 17. But now, after COVID time in 2021, the Forrester fixed the growth up to 27 points. It means that during the deal in the contracting period. The customer prefers short messages. He prefers constant interaction, and we are dealing with that. So sometimes we need to face with, hello, have you had a chance to see my presentation? Maybe you have got some questions. Let's go to demonstration and let's go to arrange Q&A session. Let's review our agreement and so on, so on. And you have to be constantly on the direct contact with a potential customer. And just it's normal. This is just the trend that we face all over the world. One more trend that is very interesting that is pointed by Gartner is customer everywhere trend. It means that customer avoid speaking with us at any cost, but he uses a lot of devices, and if he wants to interact with the brands, he expects that the brand will interact with him in his lovely messenger or social network, like on Facebook, for instance, or WhatsApp, but not in on the website, in chat, not through emails. But sales representative used to write emails. Their bosses say them, okay, you have to write an email to fix all the agreements, but no, customer doesn't want this. They used to communicate very easy with on the messenger, and I guess so you do the same. I used to resolve a lot of business questions through even my personal messengers, through my personal even Facebook, and this is very convenient. This is much faster than we are looking through emails and so on. And that is the trend that we have to be prepared. So we have to connect all the possible channels that our potential customers used to have, just maybe to join in one line to answer them in the place when and where it is very convenient for them. And again, the buyers become more and more introverted, and that means that 33% of buyers overall expect sales-free experience. So they do not want to talk to sales representative. And even now we are trending, it was before it was like we have to put a checkbox, please do not contact me. But now more and more we see on the websites, like you have to put a checkbox, please, I would like a sales representative to contact me to confirm my order or to discuss my order. So the shifts like go into that. And it's time to discuss why do customers avoid communication? Is it a constant trend or something temporary and soon everything will become to better? So what do you think? Okay, I'm coming back to Q&A session and just would like to find out your opinion. What is your opinion? What is going on and why customers avoid communication at any cost? Waiting for some suggestions? Again, just unfortunately today our chat is not available, but you could just join a Q&A session and just type there like we are in chat. Yeah, I know. Unfortunately, it was something wrong with settings. Yeah, maybe the world became more introverted. Could be. Yeah, could be. So, okay. They don't want to spend money. Oh, I guess everyone would like to spend money. Yeah. No, no, yeah, could be they are overwhelmed with sales and with propositions, because as we already said, it is a lot of propositions nowadays, a lot of technological solutions, substitutes, something similar, and so on. But actually, the answer is very easy. Now it is came the time for Generation Z. That is, you see the difference now here is like was born at the end of 19th of the previous century, and these guys were born during the epoch of internet, when with the technologies they have got their first mobile phone when they were 7 or 6, while they are going to primary school, and these guys are very technological in fact, so they do not need some communication and so on, and they prefer actually the communication, online communication, rather than live communication. This is the trend. They are ignoring more live communication because it is very easy to close the chat or to leave the conversation, and that's it, opposite to a live. And these guys now, let's calculate, they are growing enough to start working nowadays. They are starting to work, and okay, they are not budget holders. Budget holders are still Generation X, but they are the people who are working as assistants or just managers that initiate the purchase. They are more technically educated, and they could come to boss and say, look, boss, we need this solution to grow our sales or to grow our opportunities. So now we are just pointed to Generation Z, and they are trending to be more demanding. They would prefer to find information faster, easier, and now even I'm speaking about Alpha, the Generation Alpha. They are very demanding even to Google. They see, for instance, my daughter, she's 10 years old. She is like, if she doesn't see the 0 result in Google as a proper reply, she said, okay, I couldn't find anything that you are asking me to see just, and so on. So they're very demanding. They expect that the 0 the result will be just exactly they are looking for. And that is why these guys are just this is their behavior, and it will be a trend to grow, that this world will become more virtual, more introverted, and that will be not our challenge, but our new reality that we have to face and that we should overcome to grow the sales. Besides, as for growing the amount of people involved in making decision, maybe this is escaping from responsibility, just I'm taking responsibility. Yeah, this is the trend for this generation as well. But in another way, nowadays, the business structure become more tight, more connected. Marketing and sales work together. Financial are planning within other departments and so on. That is why we need to involve more and more people in processes, because nowadays all the departments not working separately, but working as all the single organism, like to reach the goals. So this is like the thing that we need to live with. And let's see that how much, and just put in Q&A. I will come back to Q&A later on, and just share with me your opinion or your observation. How did you see, did you see the changes in customer behavior for your business over the last 2 years? Did they avoid the communications, or you didn't notice nothing that have changed and everything is okay nowadays? And now the biggest problem is the attempt to try to connect to potential customer in the right timing. If you are trying to connect the person nowadays, modern person is overwhelmed with the information, a lot of channels, a lot of communications, news, personal life, professional life, everything. And if you are just trying to connect him in a wrong time when he is dealing with another questions, so you will lose, like, for sure. If you will be in the right time when he is thinking about you, when he is willing to talk to you, so you will be the king. You will just get everything and will be able to make this wow effect. Another point that nowadays it is very difficult to grab attention, especially for young generation. They are not able to concentrate for a long time. And if even being on online meeting, you are not sure that they are completely with you. Now I'm not sure. I believe, I hope, but I'm not sure that you are completely with me. And I'm sure that you are scrolling your mobile phone, writing something, maybe checking some news and so on. So this is normal. This is normal in behavior, and the people, just you have to be more interesting, very interesting, to grab their attention and just to give the message. What to do with that? Basically, just try to shorten the length of the meeting. So not to make it 1 hour, just to shorten it to 30 minutes and to make it maximum useful. Okay, if it is possible to make it longer, but try to make it as useful as maximum during this time. Or try to use triggers like cases and so on, just to be outstanding, or try to make some wow effects to your customer. And let's speak about sales people, guys. I hope that all of you here now are one of them, or just involved in sales in any way. So what the biggest challenges of 2023 face for B2B sales representatives and sales departments? Very, very great report for that have prepared HubSpot company. So when you get the presentation, you will get the links to all these reports, and Forrester and HubSpot and so on. And let's see what the sales people say, what do they challenges they put for this year. First of all, exceed the sales on target, the sales target. So they would like, in all this mess and slow down of growth and so on, to exceed, and looking for the ways how to exceed the ways. The second one is like to making sales process more effective. So nowadays, everyone understands that the old processes are outdated, they are not effective, the quantitative like processes that you are sending thousands of email are not working and so on. So they are looking for new challenges. Upselling and cross-selling, this is like the trend, not only for this year, but this is like very basic, but about that, the marketers and salespeople are speaking, if I'm not mistaken, during the last 3 or 4 years. So just focus on that. Okay. Winning more market share. This is the key focus for maybe sales directors or chief revenue officers. Improving sales and marketing alignment. I guess this is like my favorite topic, and I could speak about it during hours. I guess we will arrange the webinar, separate webinar regarding that. And leveraging CRM to the full potential. And this is really, really important just to manage and to break this customer disconnection crisis. Setting up the exceeding sales and target quotas is very related to making sales and marketing processes are more efficient. So let's dig deeper what is inside in making the sales processes more effective, and what believe sales professional that it will help. So setting up face-to-face meeting, it will be like the top, and as well as selling process and focus on solution, on the customer solution. Okay, this is a match from customers' expectations rather than on your product or services. Another one is clearly communicating what separates you from, make you outstanding from the competitive field. And another one is establishing a rapport with the customer during the sales process, offering discounts, still as old as the world, but still working, and understanding the key business challenges that the prospect faces. And again, this is like very, very close to the second one, that selling and focusing on the solutions result. But guys, those one who are used to arrange face-to-face offline meetings, we have very bad news for you, because as far as you remember, 70% of professionals are trained to work remotely, and it will be very challenging to come there to their houses and to see them. So if you still didn't learn during the COVID, during the pandemic time, how to make a very effective online meetings, so it's really for you a good time to learn that, because you will not be able to move forward. And how to grow the efficiency of sales, there are the point that I have found. So very good. This is very good news that virtual selling is very possible. And according to LinkedIn, 40% of their recent research, 40% of interviewed guys said that they were able to close the deals for more than $500,000 without any personal meetings. So virtual meetings could be interesting, could be productive, and if you are just hesitating about it, start doing this. The only one thing that you have to follow the online meeting rules, will be very prepared. You have to meet with the camera and ask your potential customer to meet with you with the camera as well, just to set up a visual contact, and maybe the magic will happen. Besides, it is very, very convenient. You are opening, if you are selling a tech solution, you are opening your desktop, sharing your screen, making a presentation, then say goodbye, writing a wrap up, and here you are. You don't need to go across the city, the country, to another country, and so on, so on. Get ready-made materials like email, cases, playbooks, everything that you are doing every day and spending a lot of time for that. So from my perspective of view and point of view, the ready-made emails, templates, and scripts, and everything that normally I used to write sales representatives are very helpful. And from my experience, it is very, very working. They are very, very great when the marketing is helping with the wording. So sales representatives are great with communications, with convenience, but writing sometimes is not there. And if you are coming to your marketing department and say, look, guys, we need just to make our messages, emails more tidy, more catching, and so on. So they will be able to help you. But besides, they have a designer, they will be able to arrange a great playbook for you and something useful information as well. Of course, automation of your routine process is a key as well. This is not a new trend, but still very, very actual. And what is new and growing, that now the sales representatives are not spending a lot of time for quantitative emailing. So they are not trending like to, okay, as much mails I send or as much calls I make, as much deals I win. No, this is nowadays it's not working that. I have explained already why. So 82% of top performer sales always do a research before reaching the prospect. So they are researching what do they do, what are they interested. So maybe some specific words they use, for example, in B2C business, this is the client, the consumer. In B2B business, this is the customer, and so on. So you have to be very, very prepared, avoid just general wording, just to be more specific, just use their terminology, and you will be more attractive and more interesting for them. To focus on the customer's goal, I have already mentioned that, but it's never too much to mention that. So just keep in focus. While you are speaking with your customer, just try to understand from the first minutes, what is your goal? What would you like to reach? Write it down and just keep it in front of eye. Do not think about your product. Think about how you can help the customer to reach your goal. Just imagine yourself as a part of his team and how you together can reach this business goal for them. It will be much, much helpful and much useful rather than going across the sales script. And of course, we are speaking about top sales enablers that it is very, very useful to use to close the deal, to speed up the deal, to the closed deal. So instead of just demo, try to arrange a product demo based on niche use cases in the area where the customer is from. Just try to prepare always to get prepared up-to-date testimonials. So it is very, very great working when say, okay, just last week, our customer was very happy from your niche, from your industry. He left us this review, or we have created this case study. Please read it through, not having it back from 2018, but having it like right now. Having fresh reviews, current market search reports, even if it is not your data, even if it is not primary data, but secondary data, but please feel free to share. If it is free, feel free to share. Just avoid to sharing it publicly, like, I don't know, to download HubSpot market research and use it as your own lead magnet. No, it's not allowed. But if you could speak with your potential customers that, look, recently I have read a very interesting research regarding, I don't know, steel industry or medical industry or surgery industry and so on. Can I share that with you? And the customers will be very, very grateful to you. And try to exceed the customers' expectations. Think how you could be the step forward and maybe to guess what do they want as this moment. And then later on, I will show you how it is possible to do this. The most popular tools for B2B selling, of course, this is again from the report of HubSpot. They have indicated they named a lot of solutions, and nowadays it's a lot of solutions. They are very different. For instance, in November last year, we have been at Web Summit with our stand and representing Roy for presenter, and it was our neighbors were representatives of the solution that allowed to upload stories from Instagram to websites. So, and the people, especially marketers, were super interested in that. So you will have very, very tiny solutions for each use case and so on, so on. So, but there is one but. The hardest trend is that on average nowadays, the sales representatives are suffering from over automation. So on average, they use 10 plus technical solutions in the daily routine, like CRM system, IP calling, then calendar, then some tracking, and even more. Nowadays, the sales departments are applying the data-driven systems that, according to data, can score and make solution the probability, with what probability the client will make the purchase, or AI that is make the same prognosis. And all this will call the negative reaction, of course, when you will come to sales department and say, look, guys, I have got a new solution for you. They will hardly be happy. They will say, oh my God, one more, I don't know, PowerPoint or something like that. Why do you need this? So you will have to think how to overcome this, and you will have to think how to integrate your solution that you offer and that could be in fact useful for their business. Integrate with all the other systems that they could use it smoothly, and just do not switch from one solution to another solution. So I have grouped for you the solution that named HubSpot, and normally it is must nowadays that it could be CRM systems, whatever you use, Salesforce, HubSpot, Pipedrive, Monday.com. Anything, online meeting solutions, you perfectly know that, even better than me maybe, and getting contacts, that for outreach we need to get contacts, and still LinkedIn is the most effective platform for finding leads, business leads for B2B sales. All the researchers are speaking about that, but so LinkedIn has its own solutions, say like Sales Navigator, LinkedIn Helper, LeadIQ, Lucia, and so on. And there are a lot of outreach smart outreach systems that help you send great cold outreach emails, messages in different formats, with video, without video, and so on, so on. And even now it is a trend that I really like, and we are really watching this trend, digital sales rooms. Maybe you have heard about that, but if you didn't, I just explained briefly that this is a single space, just a website for a prospect, for a client, between the manager and the prospect to communicate while making a deal. The prospect or the potential client can find there everything, like comparison tables, text specifications, all other collateral regarding the solution. They can ask the quotation from that. They can make call for that, everything in a single place, and which is seems more attractive. So you are not speaking one in email, then arranging meeting in Zoom, then going just sending a reminder to Facebook or Messenger, and so on, so on. So that could be an interesting trend to watch. But all these tools are, like, as I already mentioned, are must. So you have to find your key, your speciality that will make you outstanding and will resolve your problem better in sales, better than all the other solutions. And I will show you now the solution that we have created while thinking how to be more effective in sales processes. So once we are just a Roy for Presenter, this is the project of Softprom company, which is one of the biggest tech distributor in the Eastern Europe. So we have a lot of sales representatives, we have a lot of SDR, BDM that are looking customers for different technical solutions in many countries. So they were suffering from outreach as well, and sending the presentation as well, and converting the contacts to demo, because it was no show to demo, and from demo to client, and so on. So we have created the solution that allowed to make the presentation, the sending presentation processes is more effective and interesting. So what we have created, that while you are sending the presentation or created materials to your client, we could notify you about the time when the client is watching for your materials, and it will be the perfect time to talk to him about your business, or just the perfect time to agree upon the next steps. Let me explain you deeply how it could work. So in order to make presentation more interesting, you can upload it to a Roy for Presenter, and in PDF, in PPT, even in video format, and it will share that by slide. You can add your voiceover to these slides, or even video. Now it is available. You can even add script to each slide, that in case any other manager could join this presentation, he could read what you wanted to tell, or just newbies, new sales managers could read this information in details. You could create a short pitch presentation just for clients who are very busy, and say, okay, send me just specification, prices, and what to do, and detailed presentation in case if the customer would like to dig deeper, to find cases, and so on, so on. And then the magic is happening. You are generating personalized or generic links. You can generate it through your desktop version, or we have Chrome extension that allows you to generate links directly in LinkedIn, directly in your Gmail, in your Outlook. You are generating personalized link to your presentation and send it to your customer. Or alternatively, you are generating link and publish your presentation to your website. Thus, you are getting very great interactive presentation through your website. And you can see here the frame which you see their presentation, and then the reaction to the slides, the Q&A. This is the content of presentation, context, sorry. You may call presenter, you may schedule meeting, or you may chat with a presenter. So you are generating link, and then the magic is happening. When the prospect follows your link, you are getting notification to your mobile phone. Okay, so since tomorrow, I guess, you will be able to get notification to desktop version as well. And you can join the presentation session with your mobile app or with your desktop application, and just to start speaking with them with microphone, with camera, to take control over the presentation, to continue the presentation. Okay, let me explain you, or just to answer the question in chat if the questions if you have got some questions. Or alternatively, if your potential customer is looking through your presentation, and you can just put on the slide or just put a voiceover like, look, you can, if you have interested or if you are willing to talk right now, just please press the button called presenter, and we will be able to speak with you right now. I will be able to appear, and we will speak. So in that way, you are avoiding these clients and sales ping pong. Have you seen my presentation? What was your reaction? And so on, so on. So, for example, we are doing like that. We are inserting in our presentation like slides, like something like that. Please click call presenter now, and we will check how it works. Unfortunately, we are lack of time, and I will not be able to arrange a demo now, but later on you could try how to work it, just very easy, because it's free to sign up. And if even you didn't speak with the customer, don't worry, it's nothing happened, because sometimes you need to eat, sometimes you need to speak, and sometimes you are asleep, and sometimes you are speaking on your phone. But after each session, you will get a detailed presentation. What was the session duration, what was time and entry of exit, listeners' reactions, if there were any, questions on a slide in chat, if they appeared, and all other actions during the session that your visitors, your prospect, have done. Therefore, getting all this information, you will be able to reach out your prospect and say, hey, Mr. Bill, thank you for looking through my presentation. Maybe you have got some questions. I am very happy to answer it. So you will be perfectly prepared for the next steps. And nowadays we are having, as I already said, that everything should be integrated smoothly, and do not force to sales representative to switch through the solutions. So we have the integrations in HubSpot now and Salesforce, also with Zapier, that allow to integrate the solution with all the other solutions. And for instance, in HubSpot, this is like an app that you are installing, and then you can assign a personal individual link in HubSpot through all your contacts, and make an emails, for instance, and send it, and you will get just directly in HubSpot all this report that I have shown you before, that the customer opened your presentation, how many slides did he look through, and so on, so on. So you will be able to continue with him the communication in your CRM system. And now it will be my final slide, and for you it's time to answer for your questions. So feel free to write down your questions, just for us not to be out of time so much. And for this session, I've asked my sales guys, hi, if you are present here, just to share with you maybe their personal tips that make their sales effective. So what we have got, and I didn't write it in presentations, just special bonus for you, for those who have joined us for today's session. This is like, what did they say? First of all, it is very important, extremely important, to create an interesting subject line for your message or for your email. For instance, think about what is catchy and what is message could be between that your clients get from their clients and from you. for instance, now we are using the message, do you have your presentation? Yeah, and we are starting that with the problem, with arising the problem. And okay, the clients is asking the presentations in that way, and then disappear forever. So we are like starting the conversation. What do you have your presentation? And of course, the potential customer is opening that and with interest read what do we want to send. It is not annoying, of course. It is not should be lying, but it's not annoying, and it arouses the interest. Be creative in text. My personal tip is like to try to make the text the plain the possible. Just to imagine that you are explaining that to your mom or grandmom, I don't know, and just try to make your text plain and very clear without very sophisticated phrases, and as short as possible, because we are overwhelmed with information. But one of our sales manager, he shared with us very interesting sales tip that I would like to share with you as well. So he said that one of the emails in outreach chain was like your name and question mark after the third email was like your name. Okay, Victoria, and that's it. And he said, when I saw that recommendation, I was just very surprised. I said, what is that? I am not going to write that. But as a result, the response rate was huge to this. And it is very interesting to experiment as well. Just, again, do not try to be annoying. Experiment with different, the short and long. Now we are disputing, for example, with my boss regarding the style. So should we sell directly in emails, like, or just with the first email should we sell, or just should we establish the personal relationships and then starting the subject about just solution and so on. So we are not declining any of this solution. We are trying to set up an experiment. One more advice is from our girl sales manager. She said that try to be always looking perfect at the meeting. Just if you are a lady, put on the makeup, just make your hair and so on, and try to be official. Even you're working from office, I don't know, from your armchair, from bathroom, whatever, just don't forget to remove the towel from the backwards. And of course, the key tool is to be sincere, which is really capturing the heart of anyone. When you are just telling, okay, my goal is to listen to you and to try to understand whether we can help each other or not. So that is working even more and even better than all other solutions and tricks that we learn from sales theory. And one more is like to make compliment, but again, the compliment should be very sincere. You can say, okay, you have a great look today, you have great pronunciation, by the way, and so on. So just be rich for compliments. People will not be annoyed with the compliment when you are very friendly to them. So this is the high from our sales department, and I'm coming to our Q&A sessions. Maybe you have got any questions. What changes in the past 2 years? Thank you, Anna Maria, for your comment. Is that customers are purchasing big projects without any direct meeting. They tend to be more careful about sellers' reputation. Exactly. That is why I said that try to keep up-to-date reviews, case studies, and so on. So not to say, okay, we have created case study in 2018. Please look through it. So updated solution will be, and of course, guarantee. So we are not sitting in restaurant. We are not sitting in office and communicating. So and we are not trusting each other so much. So if you add to your offer some guarantee, okay, we will give your money back, or try with a month monthly price, and then we will switch you to annually price. Just we would like that you should be very, very sure that this is solution for you. Where we can book a demo. A demo you can book just going writing down to me or writing down to Dana if you have got an email, and we will be happy to come up. And again, maybe tomorrow you will get contacted with the extra materials regarding this webinar, and our guys will contact you, and you can book demo directly from them. Don't worry. How is it connected with the LinkedIn? Great question, Anna Maria. So we have a Chrome extension that while you're working with Chrome and LinkedIn, you will get an additional icon with the presentation. You are clicking on it, and you are signing in arrive for presenter, assigning presentation directly to this contact, and the individual presentation with individual link is going through to the LinkedIn. Yeah, guys, have you got any questions? If you don't have, just put in Q&A section, no, we don't have any questions. Like, for me to understand that it's time for me to finish, and yeah, it's like 1 hour have already passed. But if you have questions, of course, I will be happy to answer. And here you can always stay in touch with me in LinkedIn. You will see me as Victoria Abed. This is my email, very complicated, a lot of name, a very big name. And you may also book a demo, as I told. Maybe I will ask girls to send a link, but it is rather better to write or just to send to tell that directly to these guys that will be contacting you tomorrow. Or you will get a presentation today, I guess, and you will be able to press the button called presenter, and we will be able to join the session, and you can check how it works. So you will get the presentation just directly in Roy for presenter, just to check how the interface for user is looking like. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you for sharing your time. It was a big pleasure for me to speak with you. It was my first webinar this year, and I'm very happy spending this time with you, sharing this information with you. I'm wishing you a great sales this year. This year will be not the easiest, but be creative, be brave, be more brave for experiments, and I'm great. You will be able to exceed your quota. Anna Maria, I have seen now your question. Sorry, I just didn't see. And where we do an integrated campaign, LinkedIn CRM and Roy for Presenter in LinkedIn. The campaign could be done in LinkedIn while you are using Google Chrome extension. But just we will be able to contact you if you don't mind, and to show everything how it works, like not to speak on my fingers, but to show how it works in more details. Okay, thank you so much again, and hope to see you soon on our next sessions. Goodbye.